4 shells in a minute.
Man, you'd be very acquainted with the bathroom if you did. Yeah.
It's you want to let it sink in, kind of gradually, And I think that's a very important thing too. Is that people who are getting into it because they want to party are going to end up not liking this stuff because if you pound shells of kava one after the other, you're not going to be happy with yourself.
You're gonna be visiting the toilet.
And
not in a good way either.
Yeah, not in a good way. Yeah.
You're gonna puke. I'm trying to say that politely, but you're gonna vomit.
Yeah, it's not a pleasant vomiting. It's a very unpleasant. When you get sick from drinking kava, it's not like you're when you're puking when you're drunk. You're clammy and you feel like you have a high temperature and it's just very unpleasant.
Yeah. I mean, you shouldn't abuse anything, but definitely don't abuse kava.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think that one of the things is like your liver does process the kava, so your liver does a lot of the when kava actually interacts with the same part of your liver that alcohol does, and that's why they say that you shouldn't mix the two because the same part of your liver that receives is the same area, and it gets overwhelmed if it has two substances hitting it. And I think that's the reason why if you drink too much kava at once, you get sick, is because you're putting too much pressure on your liver, and that's never a good thing.
Yeah, that's a good point. I would never drink alcohol and kava at the same time.
Yeah, no, it's actually I have before, I guess, quote unquote, accidentally.
Yeah.
Because, I've had a few shells and then, my friends are like, oh, let's go get a Guinness. And, I go get a Guinness and I didn't feel any adverse, effects from it. But at the same time, I didn't drink, 4 shells of kava and then go, binge drink. So I think that's where you would run into the problems,
Cool, man. Well, in case someone came across this podcast without knowing about your site, you've got like a little kava empire going on. You've got your website and you've got the forums. How can people find your content? What are the URLs?
Yeah, this whole thing started about a year and a half ago, and I don't know how it happened, man. I just decided one day, I was like, I'm going to blog about this because, there was nothing out there for me. I was like, I had been drinking kava for a long time, but I, didn't really know that there was so much kava available. So I started really getting into it and trying all the different kavas. And eventually I was like, I'm going to blog about this because, there's no place online where they rank different kavas. And, the website is, kavasseur, which is, kavasseur.blogspot.com. And, on the website, there's a link to a Yuku discussion board where people just kind of talk about kava, share their stories, talk about their favorite varieties, et cetera, et cetera. And, it's all there. It's all online. It's all free. It's all fun, so.
Well, thanks, man. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you for sharing, all of your knowledge about kava and all of your research and your insight. And it's one of my favorite sites. I spend a lot of time there. Oh,
cool, man. Yeah, it's impressive to me how much this thing has grown, on its own inertia. It's more the people that read it than it is me. I think that have got this thing going. I just don't think there was anything out there that was like Kavasseur, and I think it's just kind of grown on its own. It's its own beast at this point. So yeah, thanks for reading.
Right on. Well, I guess next time, look forward to learning more about kava from you.
Yeah, great. I'd say that in the next couple of weeks, I should be ready to give a little demonstration. And I'll put all my kavas out and let everybody see what I have, and then show them how I make it.
Cool, man.
Awesome. Well, thanks for the great interview.
All right, man. All right, I'll talk to you next time.
All right. Take it easy.
Bye.